want to be that guy that just, he's going to do extra. You need to make sure you're ready for this game type guy. One thing I came into this offseason, one thing was just to get stronger, gain a few pounds, but really just put on a lot of muscle and stuff. I feel like I've done that. I feel like I've got a lot stronger. Want to be that guy that just, he's going to do extra. You need to make sure you're ready for this game type guy.
Hey, I want to welcome everybody to Steel City Sports World. I'm your host, Luther Dupree. Got my partners, Claudio in here, Smokin Jim Frazier, two Hall of Famers. Glad to be in the building. We got a special guest join us as well. But first, like we always do, we got to start it off with our Steel City news. Before we do that, I got to steal from Kelly Russell, the political assassin, man. You deserve credit. I got to give it out to Ed Gainey, a big fan of the show. He won mayor-elect city of Pittsburgh, a history maker. I'm excited for what he's about to do for the city. He's been on PCTV a number of times, so I'm real excited about that. Congratulations to Mayor Ed Gainey and everybody who was on the campaign and who made contributions. Looking forward to big things. That being said, let's get into our Steel City news. Go ahead. Sure. Go ahead, Smokin Jim.
Hey, people ask me school with Gainey.
Hold on, say that again. You broke up.
Did you go to high school with Mayor Gainey?
No, I didn't go to high school with him, but we both went to Peabody. He's a Peabody Highlander. Yeah, thinking through. Yeah, for sure. You know how we do it. We do real things at Peabody. We don't got to steal athletes and do all that stuff like the gateways of the world. Hey, but Claudio, what do you got for us in the Steel City news?
All right, a couple of things. First of all, I want to congratulate Jacoby Dupree.
Yes.
Son. Congratulations going to Elizabeth City State College in North Carolina. Congratulations and all the best to him. But it all starts at the top with mom and dad. So congratulations to Jacoby. Yeah. This week or the past couple of weeks, we've had some old guys do some things. Phil Mickelson wins the PGA event. Elio Castroneves wins the Indy 500. Tom Brady wins the Super Bowl. What I would love to happen, I know Luther's going to be upset. Matter of fact, I'm thinking about starting a new segment on this show called Upset Luther. And that is, I would absolutely love to have Mike Tyson be heavyweight champ again. I just watched the 2-week documentary, and I was never a fan before, respected his ability, obviously, but it seemed like everybody who he fought, I was a fan of Buster, upsetting Luther, a fan of Evander. But I would really love to see Mike Tyson become heavyweight champ again for the fans, but also for him. I think he's come a long way, and I just love listening to the guy, and I would love to see something extremely positive happen to him in his life, because I think he can have impact on many people. I think he's a different guy, and hey, you're one punch away from being a heavyweight champ, and I think he can do it, and I'd love to see it happen.
Dang. All right, Mike Tyson, heavyweight champion again. See, that's what happens. They put out that show, and Claudio's already said he should be the next. Come on, man. He barely got through an old Roy Jones. What is he going to do with a Anthony Joshua?
Oh, you know what?
Wilder,
You got to be
Fury?
honest. You got to be honest. He pulled back. He pulled back on Jones.
He
He
did.
still looks good. He still looks. He can still do it. I'm telling you.
Oh man, you guys, man, you old school guys. All right, man. Let's see what Jim got to say. Jim, again, these words you're about to hear, they represent Smokin Jim. They don't reflect my thinking or Claudio. Smokin Jim stands alone. Smokin Jim, what you got for us?
Thanks, Lou. The most market right now is Josh, third boxer, and only Floyd. Listen, since medal with the Olympics for those be around what want to go that you would not. It'll be a worse would not keep talking to the vibe or hit more. He knock him out, and if he won, stay in this. What?
Hey, Jim, man, I don't know. We couldn't really. Did you hear him? Could you hear him, Claudio?
No, I just sent you a text. I couldn't hear anything with him.
Jim, we missed that whole segment, man.
Pull the string tighter on the cup.
Yeah. Get that Obama phone fixed, man. I don't know, man. Just move to another area, maybe.
Go back to the car. Go back to the car.
Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully we'll get him back. We do have a special guest in the house for us. We'll get to that in just a little minute. I want to talk about one thing first. We got a couple comments in the house. Mark Nash, great show on YouTube. Appreciate. He's the first one in here. It says salute. We got my man Platt Jr. Bucks and 7 over the Nets. Wow. X Factor, Drew Holiday, and
All
Bobby Portis. All right, I like that prediction. Platt Jr. coming in here, with some major predictions, man. Feel free to call the show or hit the stream link to jump in. But that's what I wanted to talk about. The NBA playoffs. Very excited this year. Disappointed in guys like Anthony Davis. Yeah. This man is always injured. He doesn't come into the season in shape, and he gets injury after injury. I don't know what it is with this guy. They got lucky last year. He went through and didn't get hurt. Already he's hurt in the first round. It looks bad. He got to do a better job. Charles Barkley called him street clothes. I agree with that. I call him Mr. Glass. The man stays on the ground more than Iverson and D Wade. That's why he's always there. You can't be a 7-footer falling every 2 minutes. It's disgusting to watch him play. He doesn't have a lot of energy sometimes. You never know what you're going to get from him from time to time. He has the talent to be the best player in the NBA, but mentally and physically, I don't think he keeps himself in shape, and I don't think mentally he's ready for it. It's a real disgrace. Also, I want to talk about some of the behavior of these guys, spitting on players, throwing these water bottles, running on the floor. This is just disgusting, man. I hate what I'm seeing, man. The fans finally came back in, and it's like they were holding stuff in so they could come and spit on players and throw water bottles and do all this crazy stuff. Fans, know your place. Enjoy the game. I hate what I'm seeing with this. They're going to have another Malice in the Palace if this keeps up. There's no Ron Artest or Ben Wallace's or Steven Jackson's in the league right now, but keep this up and we will have another one. I guarantee it. I hate what's going on. It all needs to change. Let's see if Jim is back in the house. Jim, how you doing? Are you back in? Can you hear us? Jim, can you hear us?
I can hear you good. I'm not sure if you can hear me. Can
We
you
can
hear
hear
me?
you. We can hear
We can
you.
hear you. Yeah, we can hear you. We don't see you that well, but
Okay.
we can hear you perfectly. All right, cool.
Okay,
All right.
good.
Hey, why don't you introduce our guest real quick to the show? I'm going to bring him in now. Here we go. All right, Jim, who we got in the house?
Tell you what, we got Pittsburgh's fastest rising star. This is a guy that went to high school at Keystone Oaks, so you know he didn't win nothing. He went to college at Waynesburg, so you know he didn't win nothing. But he got his degree, a diploma. But hey, this guy is the voice. He does broadcasting of girls basketball, boys basketball, baseball, men's football. He did CMU games this year. This is a guy I call the VIPV. Works with Al Levine, the talking machine. Recently worked with the legend Bill Neal. Now he's going to talk baseball with Luther Dupree and Claudio Rilsana. Give it up for Pittsburgh's fastest rising star, Calluss.
All right.
What's going on? What's going
That's
on?
the greatest introduction I've ever gotten at all.
Nobody brings him on like Smokin Jim. Hey, Nicholas, thanks for coming on, man. We definitely glad to have you. Just tell the viewing audience, Smokin Jim did a great job, but just tell the viewing audience a little bit about yourself and, where we can expect and what you've done.
Well, I played baseball in college for a couple of years before I pursued my full career announcing. I'm a graduate of Waynesburg University with focus in sports broadcasting and sports information. But yeah, my favorite sport's baseball because I played a lot and I understand that game the most. And right now I'm just looking to make appearances, places, talk about sports and out sports wherever I can. This year I branched out too. I got hired to do CMU games, football, and I know all the traditional sports, but I've also announced National Wiffle Ball Association tournament, which is pretty cool. And I just announced a horse show this past week for a service learning project place I was volunteering. So I've got a well-rounded spectrum of just announcing sports.
Okay. Sounds good, man. Now, baseball in these parts, we don't have much to look at with the Pirates. We got a farm team here. We got guys making bad news Bears plays. What are your thoughts about the Pirates and what's going on there? I know I'm gonna get you, Claudio, in a minute, but what are your thoughts with the Pirates? Because I'm really disappointed.
I think the Pirates don't spend enough money. Before the 2020 season, their highest contract was dished out to Gerard Dyson for $1 million over 1 year, and they ended up trading him. I have concerns about how they develop players. I'm very concerned for Nick Gonzalez because I don't know how he's going to turn out because no top prospect has turned out well. And Will Craig was a former first-round pick, and you saw the disaster of a play he was a part of a couple days ago. I think investing more money in veteran players who can give more of a presence than just putting up good stats could definitely help. And that's really it. Developing talent, bringing in veterans that can create a good presence, maybe put up some good numbers, and I think that'll help the team overall. They're spending too little. There's not enough experience, and I wouldn't even call them a farm system team. They're more like a collegiate team with how they've been performing over the last couple seasons.
Right. All right. Looks like Jim fell off. Claudio, what do you have for him? Hopefully we get Smokin Jim back in here.
Well, I've said this before. If you can't, or if you don't want to go buy a new car, fix the one up that you have. The Pirates aren't going to go get new players. They're not going to, and they're certainly not fixing the ones that they have. And I'll say this again. I'll look dead in the camera. I bet my eyesight that I'm just talking about two guys, Polanco and Tucker, because we've talked about them. I bet whatever I know for an absolute fact that I can make those two guys a hell of a lot better. And hitting wise, a lot of the players I know I can make better because I've worked with a lot less talented people than those guys. But having said that, they're not improving. The coaching staff is not improving these guys. They're not doing it. The hitting is brutal. I won't give a hitting lesson here. I usually get paid for that, but I won't give a hitting lesson here on TV. But they're not improving that. They're not doing any good base running. They're not making good X and O decisions. The pitching changes aren't good. The whole thing's a mess. And I think it could be better. I'm not saying they could challenge for the World Series, but I definitely think they could be a hell of a lot better than it is. And just using those two players, Tucker and Polanco, I know for a fact that they could be a hell of a lot better, but they're not going to be with this organization. Even though they sent Tucker down to get improve on his hitting, it's not working. It's not going to work. Too many timing mechanisms, too much screwing around. The way hitting is taught today is absolutely brutal. Absolutely brutal. Forget about the Hall of Famers of the 70s, the Palmers, the Seavers, Carltons. Forget about those guys. The second-tier pitchers would have chewed these guys up today with the launch angle, the uppercut, and all that kind of stuff. And this is not an opinion. I could show you on video. I had a guy over last night at my house. I had a meeting at 10 o'clock at night, and the Pirate game was on. And I showed him, watch this swing. Watch that guy get a hit. Bang, he got a hit. And I showed him why. Because he was staying closed, head discipline, plate coverage. Stayed closed again to retain your power. I won't go into a hitting lesson. And I said, watch this guy miss. What's he do? He pops open. He flies open. If I see it in a quarter of a second, why the hell can't the Pirate coaching staff see it when they're with these guys morning, noon, and night? It's hard to watch. It's a bad product. Then you say, well, how about this guy? He's hitting 330, or this guy for the Dodgers is hitting 420, whatever the hell it is. Well, it's like this, Luther. I've said this before. If Smokin Jim is a terrible golfer, and I'm a terrible golfer, which I'm not, but let's say I was, and we go play golf, somebody's got to win. Somebody's got to win. Somebody's got to get a hit. Somebody's got to get a home run. The total Major League batting average is 236. That's atrocious. There's more strikeouts in the game than there are hits. That's atrocious. And I can give stat after stat, and I can show a video of Polanco whenever he does well, what he does, what he's doing with his body, with his front shoulder, and when he's not doing well, I can show you that. So why doesn't Eckstein or even any other major league coach with their particular player, why can't he say, when you do this, you're banging it. When you're doing that, you're not hitting it. It's common sense. It really is. But it's frustrating to watch. It's brutal, and they could be better. I think Nicholas is right. Go out and get better players, but you're not going to. So fix up what you have, but they won't. Be a scrappy team. I mentioned Mike Tyson at the beginning of the show. I can't beat Mike Tyson straight up. How the hell am I going to beat him? So what am I going to do? I'm going to throw dirt in his eyes. I'm going to go around him, hit him with a rock. I'm going to go around him, hit him with a stick. You got to do things. You got to take chances. What do the Pirates do? Nothing. And that's why they're going to be in the position they're in. Right.
Hey, listen, we got let's go to the comments. We got Lou Calloway, great friend of the show. He said, heads up, fellas, we won our season opener 64-0, but you already knew we were that good. All right, Lou. All right, that's what's up. We got to check him out this year, Jim. Platt Jr. back in here. Pirates are a joke. We were on a budget. Yeah, that's for sure. We need new ownerships, among other things. Jim, we got you back. You have another question for Nick. Jim, can you hear us?
No.
No, you can't hear us. You don't have a question.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, I don't have a question.
You know what I do, Nicholas? Since you've done some CMU games and I coach a CMU now, going into my 16th year, maybe we can cover some games. Would love to have you cover some of our games. Bring Jim and Luther too.
Sure. Yeah, that'd be fun.
All right.
I like CMU. I like that stadium there. That's what CMU is one of the best press boxes I announced in college.
Well, obviously I coach baseball. We play at the Swickley S-Mark Field, which has a beautiful press box. We also play at Pullman Park in Butler, which also has a beautiful press box. So we'll connect and hook you up.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right. Just make sure you say good things about me. I got enough people saying bad things. I got enough people saying bad things about me, but fortunately they're family. But that's okay.
Well, I tell the truth as an announcer. That's my job.
You'll be saying a lot of good things about me then.
All right, fellas. We do have a call. We got Sean calling in on the show. What's going on, Sean?
What's up, Sean?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Can you hear him? Yeah, they can hear you, Sean.
Okay. Interesting. Claudio brings up the Pirates and the hitting because Major League Baseball on a whole, I don't remember seeing this many no hitters early in the season as there's been this year. And I think Claudio has hit it on the head that the players, two things. The players are more, well, the teams too, not just the players. The players and the teams are more worried about the home run ball than strikeouts. And then also when teams play a defensive shift on a team, on a player, team gives you.
Thank
If
you.
you're a left-handed batter and they're putting 3 defensive players, they're moving a shortstop over to cover second baseman. Second baseman playing his regular position. Hit the ball to the left-hand side, left-hander, and same with right-handed hitters. Take what they give you. And those are 2 of the main things that I see when it comes to hitting. I don't watch baseball like I used to, but just looking at the stats, something ain't right. And with Claudio being a coach, he would know what's going on.
Sean, I was hoping you were going to call today. I was hoping you were going to call because I was thinking about you because I know we talk baseball. Again, it's if you call me and say, Claudio, I got a rash from eating strawberries. Then Tuesday you call me, Claudio, I got another rash from eating strawberries. Then Wednesday you call me, Claudio, got a rash from eating strawberries. Hey, Sean, quit eating strawberries. Okay, you see these guys when again they're flying open with that front shoulder. Okay, they're flying open. They're worried about the launch angle. Okay, there's no more line drives. They fired Chili Davis, a product of the 70s, 80s, from the Mets because he was talking about line drives. Okay, staying in the same path as the ball as long as possible. It drives me. I won't mention names, but there's a coach. I won't even mention a league because it may give it away. He hollered at a kid I know. This kid got a double, and the coach got a dugout. He hollered at the kid because the kid didn't hit opposite field. What the hell do you care where you hit the ball? Okay. Then I found out about 2 weeks ago from an extremely good source that David Ortiz, when he was with Minnesota, they wanted him. He's a left-handed hitter. They wanted him to hit the ball over the shortstop's head. David Ortiz is a gap pole-to-pole hitter. The man can hit. Leave him the hell alone. But they want him to hit to opposite field. The game is brutal, Sean. It's hard enough to hit a ball. Then you hear these guys talking about, well, we hit the lower half of the ball to create backspin. I've hit a zillion and one fungos. I can't hit a damn fungo at the lower half of the ball and make it jump. And anybody who says they do is a liar, especially when a pitch is coming, 85, 90, 95 plus. Right. All it is, hitting is hard. Hitting is the hardest thing to do in sports. And I'm damn good at teaching hitting. I would put my knowledge of hitting and how to describe it, how to notice a hole in a hitter against anybody. Okay. Now, having said that, 2 in the morning, I'll let you go. I apologize. I was watching. I couldn't sleep. 2 in the morning, I see the Kardashians against the Jacksons playing softball. There wasn't a damn athlete on the field. But whenever they stayed closed, whenever they had play coverage, whenever they kept their head on the ball and they had a level swing, guess what? They hit the ball. Ridiculous. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to go so long.
I got something to say on that, too, about hitting.
Hey, Claudio.
Yes, sir.
Hold on 1 second, Nick. Let me just say this, and then we'll get the expert Nick in there. Claudio, I've been hearing all my life that the hardest thing in those sports to do is to hit a baseball, but I sure see a lot of people doing it. You know what I mean?
Well, not as well as they should.
How hard it is, but I sure see a lot of people doing it.
Not doing it well, though. Not well enough.
Smokin Jim, I'll take you out any day and try to see what you can hit. It's hard. But, no, I agree with that to a sense. I just know as a player, I was real big on contact early on, but then as I got older, I kept grounding out. And I was like, well, you know what, maybe swing a little harder in certain situations, like bases empty, 2 outs in the middle of the order, swing hard, or maybe with a runner on base with less than 2 outs, swing hard, try to drive a gapper. So I understand that in terms of you want more power behind a swing. And especially with pitchers throwing upwards of 100 now, it's already that difficult, or hitting was already difficult until you get pitchers throwing with such high velocity. So I kind of get where the power idealism comes from. However, I have looked at bat paths before, and there's a significant difference between the players who swing low to high with that upward launch angle, like you said, where the bat only comes across the plate at 2 points. And then you have some of the better hitters in the league who they have good open foot, which allows the hips to open up. And then you see their bat path allows for a straight line to go right through the zone. And that's where you'll see your better hitters versus your not better hitters.
Right. So, I'm with you all the way until you said hip. Hip to me is a swear word. And I can prove you have to use your hip. That's obvious. But when you use it too much, not good. We all have to eat. We eat too much, it's not good. When you open up too much, okay, you swing across the plate, you don't have the outside part of the plate, and you lose power, and it pulls your head, okay? And the only pitch you're going to hit is middle in if you see the ball. You end up peaking. Watch guys like a Brett or a Jack Clark or even today, the guy from San Diego, Machado. Watch those guys stay closed, or watch Polanco when he gets a hit, or Tucker, or anybody. That Brubaker, whatever the hell his name is, he's not a hitter, he's a pitcher. But when he got his first major league hit, guess what? He stayed closed, and you stay on the same point, same path as the ball as long as possible. It's a hell of a lot easier, and these people are making it. And what drives me nuts, Nicholas and Jim and Luther and Sean, is, for example, I always say this, Nicholas, let's just use you. How are Jim, Luther, I, and Sean going to know your financial business? We don't know. You should know because you're there every single day. You know your business. Eckstein is with Polanco, Tucker, and this team every single day. He's in his office every single day. Shelton, too. These guys see every swing. They know every film. They know how many damn steps the hitter takes from home plate to the dugout, but they can't fix it. Unbelievable.
I agree.
It's unbelievable.
Hey, real quick, we got my man Frank Jackson. What's up, Frank? He said Pirates ownership sucks and needs to sell the team.
Yeah, but they won't sell it. They're making too much money.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. And Luke Holloway, can I recruit Frank for my team? I mean, Sean. Hey, Sean, you still with us?
I'm still with you guys.
All right. Hey, we wanted to. You have any other comments? We do have a few more coming in, but I know you had a couple more you wanted to get to.
Not really. Dwayne Haskins is looking good in Steelers minicamp, but that don't mean nothing until regular season. Hopefully within an hour, I win a vaccine million in Ohio because they doing, as long as you get one of your vaccinations in, they're giving away 5. They gave away one last week, and they're giving a full round scholarship to individual from 12 to 17. So they're giving away 5 of each of those.
Yeah.
So hopefully I win. If not, hey, at least I'm vaccinated.
And
hopefully everybody starts to get vaccinated because it looks like everything's going to be open up come fall. Heck, looking at some of the NBA games, they're already open up.
Yeah, some of them. Yeah, you're right, man. So, Sean, good luck on that mill, man.
Hey, Sean.
Don't forget about your boy Claudio.
Sean.
Don't forget about your boy Claudio.
Hey,
don't forget about Steel City when you win, man.
Hey,
okay.
Hey, Sean. Hey, Sean. Hey,
Yes.
Has Haskins been the cheerleaders yet?
I don't know. I don't know if he frequents the Columbus strip clubs or the clubs. So I don't know. One final thing, guys. One final thing. Congratulations, Luther. I got that package for you, son, for college.
I appreciate that.
I guess next month we can start talking about Earl Spence against Manny Pacquiao.
Woo! Yeah, there you go.
I think that's coming down the line.
Yes.
Looking to Canelo versus De La Hoya and Bernard Hopkins.
Yeah.
Looking to that, you're going to laugh. And then looking to Top Rank against Bud Crawford. I think Bud's going to stall him out till October.
He got to leave. He got to leave.
Wait a minute. Did he say Hopkins?
No. He meant Bud Crawford. Bud Crawford.
Oh, my fault. Okay.
Bud Crawford. Pacquiao and Spence, they were trying to have that fight at the Allegiant Stadium, but I guess WWE,
right?
They are trying to have an event there that same weekend. So if the Pacquiao Spence fight is not that weekend, if it's not at Allegiant Stadium, the Raiders' new stadium, it will be at the T-Mobile Arena of the Las Vegas hockey thing.
Right. Hey, man, a lot of good boxing news. We're going to talk about that because Smokin Jim and Claudio owe me an apology, a public apology for all the stuff they were saying about Wilder not getting the third fight.
Wilder's going to fight that Jake Paul next.
Yeah.
Breaking news.
No, you're right. You're right. What people need to understand is, just think about it like this. Bob Arum looking like a butt, and Al Heyman, Bob Arum runs his mouth, talks all this stuff, and then you see Al Heyman, he just sits in the back, make sure all his T's are crossed.
Yep.
Right.
A contract is a contract.
Yep. Hey, Sean, that's true, man. That's true. Hey, appreciate the call, Sean, man.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you.
Hey, just make a donation to Steel City when you get that $1 million.
I'll send you my address.
All right, Sean, be safe, man. Thanks for the call.
I'll see you. You're welcome. I'll see you this month, Luther.
All right, man. Peace.
Hey, Luther.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
Luther. Hey, Luther.
Yeah, sure.
Did I just hear that Earl Suicide Spence is getting bumped for WWE in the Harlem Globetrotters and the circus? Come on, man. These
We don't
guys,
know. Listen.
man, they can't draw.
Yeah,
WWE
okay.
is bumping
No, Pacquiao can't draw. Pacquiao can't draw. Pacquiao and Spence is going to be one of the biggest fights of the year.
Pacquiao can draw in the Philippines. But Spence won't go there. Listen, I'm pulling for Pacquiao. I wish he was about 10 years younger to beat up Spence. These guys won't fight, so they're not a draw. Man, how can the WWE? I've never heard of that in my life. The WWE is bumping. Huh?
WWE is huge. Listen.
The WWE is bumping them out. Huh?
Okay. All right, hold on. We do got another call. Let me get this. Hold on. Caller, say your name where you're calling from. Hello, caller. Can you say your name where you're calling from?
Hi, this is Donna from Homewood.
Hey, Donna, how are you?
Good. Okay, when you were talking about baseball, I'm reminded of the girls playing softball and how they throw underhanded. And then my mind took me to, what do all of you think about transgendered individuals playing sports, participating in other competitions, etc.? Or is that too controversial for this?
Woo! You're gonna get us some more hate mail, I think, Donna. So let's go with Jim, because Jim, what do you think? Get him out the way, because Jim, what do you think about the transgender situation?
Well, first of all, with all due respect, I don't know where the men are in America, because if I had a daughter and she wrestled against somebody that claims they are a girl this morning, I'd have a baseball bat at the wrestling ring.
Okay. Now, Nicholas, I know you're trying to make waves in this. Do you want to answer this, or you going to stay away from this?
I'll answer it.
Okay.
I'll just say this, because I'm not really that controversial. I don't have a hot take. I think it's more complicated than any of us can really understand, because I'm not transgender and I'm the epitome of. I look like I'm not like diverse. Like I'm just that plain guy, So I'm not, I don't really want to give my opinion, because I'm not the guy with credibility to answer discussions like this. But from my perspective, there could be a solution to that, but I'm not the guy to give it to you. And I think that it's more of a gray area than just giving a hot take like, oh yeah, they should be allowed or not.
Okay, I'll go next. This is one of the few things I agree with the governor of Florida on. I don't personally think transgender should be competing in female sports. One, we've seen situations where transgender have really injured some female competitors. One instance, now look at track and field. Flojo, he has the fastest time for females in the 100 and 200. That record has lasted over 30 years. In 2019, over 70 men have ran faster times than that. So, I think, there's a lot of things I would be okay if they're not going to play in men's sports, if maybe just having a transgender league, if there's enough. But I do not feel they should be competing with my daughters. As my daughters play sports, I would prefer them to compete just with other females that were, born that way and not transgender. That's my opinion. Because I'd be fearful, because biologically, someone who was born a male is physically stronger. And I would not want my daughters competing in a situation where they could get hurt, because I might turn in the gym and show up somewhere with a bat or something more lethal than that. So I'm with Jim on that for once. Claudio, you agree on that? I don't know.
Well, Claudio? Yeah, I mean, when you're talking about,
hey Luther, So that was very well said. That was very well said, Luther.
It was well said. And, you know, when you start talking about injuries, that's when it starts to get a little bit fishy. I think that, yes.
You said something, Claudio? Jim? I don't think all right, go ahead, Claudio. Keep going.
Yeah, Luther, I mean, you hit it on the head.
No.
And when you talk about injuries, and, you know, I think that I think it was experimented. I think that it tried. I mean, they tried. And I think that people were complaining about it, which means it might not be working as well as they wanted it to. You know, I'm for everybody doing their thing, but I mean, when you're hurting somebody else, you know, it's a fine line. Like, you know, Nicholas was pretty honest about it. I mean, you know, we're not experts on it, but again, we have daughters, Luther and I, and so I agree with Luther.
Okay. All right. Hey, daughter, what are your thoughts on
Hey, Luther.
Okay.
Hey, Luther.
Go ahead, Jim.
Luther. Hey,
yes,
Luther.
Jim. You said how many times you want to repeat that?
I wonder what. Hey, I wonder how Eddie Murphy feels about it.
No. Hey, Jim, man, stop, man. Hey, don't
I feel like I'm pretty open-minded and pretty progressive, but I do feel that there is a difference in hormones and genes, and I know that transgendered people do take hormones like the men take hormones to lessen their progesterone. What is it called? Progesterone.
Testosterone, yeah.
Women,
testosterone, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then women, they take, I guess, hormones, but I'm still not sure whether that's really in effect. So although I'm progressive and I think pretty open-minded, I still don't think it's fair to let transgendered men go into women's sports. Right now, I don't know enough about it either, but I was just wondering what your opinions are, and I respect your opinion.
All right. Well, thanks for the call, for getting that topic going for us, daughter. Appreciate it.
Have a good show.
All right. Thank you. All right. Woo. Bye-bye. All right. Let's see. We do have some comments. We got my man Lee McGinnis back in the chat. Claudio, new Pirates GM. All right. I like that. Claudio, Big Ben agent. All right. Let's see. Oh, Frank Jackson is here, and he's saying, hell no. Born with male parts, play against men. Get the bleep out of here. Okay. All right. Frank weighing in. All right. And Lee McGinnis has blue starting quarterback. Not this year. Maybe next year. Or the year after. We'll see. But everybody, what Jim always say, everybody looks good in swim shorts and gym shorts. And
who's the most popular player on the team? The backup quarterback.
Right. That's for sure, man. But there's a whole lot to get to. I gotta do something. I told Smokin Jim and Claudio for the longest the AJ Fury fight was not happening. You guys doubted me, and I'm here to tell you guys you were wrong again, and you're going to be wrong about who's going to win. Wilder's going to knock that man out in 9 rounds. I told you it was in court. You kept believing Bob Arum and Eddie Hearn. Those are two of the lionest people in sports right now. They are ruining the sport of boxing with these lies.
I was listening to Eddie Murphy, not Eddie Hearn. Eddie Murphy.
I said it from the beginning. It's not happening. And I get my apology, Smokin Jim and Claudio. Did I call it, Jim?
You did. You did, but I was listening to Bob Arum and Eddie Murphy. He said the fight was going to go on, not Eddie Hearn. But listen, Luther, you were right. All right, now here's what I'm saying. I still think if you look at all the rounds, okay, I think Fury has won more of those rounds, right? Fury can beat him in a decision, but can Wilder beat Fury in a decision? No. Can Wilder knock Fury out? Yes. Can Fury knock Wilder out? Yes. No. I think it's a close fight. I think it's a damn good fight. I'm glad that they're going to have a 3, okay? Because I got tired of seeing Ortiz Wilder 6. We've had enough of that. But and you're right. He could knock him out. He can knock him out.
He will.
But I still think I still think Fury is going to win if he comes in mentally right. But at the same time, we said this in private conversations, that I think, I said this to you guys last night, Ali lost, he came back stronger. Sugar Ray lost, he wanted to come back like 2 minutes later. Duran lost, he came back tough. A lot of the Lennox Lewis, he gets knocked out cold, he came back. Evander came back. Can Deontay Wilder come back?
Yes,
after, not just it wasn't a decision loss. He got beat pretty bad.
Yeah, it was a
30 fight. He gave Fury everything he could. He knocked him down. Fury got up, and he had to say, "What the hell?"
That should have been a knockout right then and there. Anytime a guy's eyes roll back and they're motionless, the fight is called off. You know, it's even worse than that now. He got robbed of a KO that first fight. He won't get robbed on July 24th. I plan on being in Vegas for that fight. That's the plan. It depends on where the tickets are, how much the tickets are. But I want to go to
Jim. Jim Luther's got. I think Sean gave him some of that money already from that hit.
I'm counting on it. Sean said he's going to $1 million.
Right, okay.
That's how I'm going to Vegas. Hey, let's go back to this. We do have some more. Lou Calloway, Nick, come be a Buccaneer. All right, already get some offers. Pine Ristler's getting a new hit.
You see the side. Hey, Lou.
Yeah.
Hey, Lou.
You gotta say my name 4 times. All right, that's still.
Size of Nick's arms. You see the size of Nick's arms. They gotta be 22s. He gotta be sitting on 22s, man.
All right,
pull back for the Steelers, but they won't use them.
Oh, Lee, it's Smokin Jim the next Paul Mooney. No, these guys got jokes in the chat, Lou. All right, Wilder and 7. I can see that. Lee is a long 15-second count. That's a fact. He was down there. Lee said he's coming. Lee got all the money. Why don't you just sponsor me, Lee? I'll roll.
Oh, there you go.
All right, July 24th. That's his birthday. All right, Lou. Happy birthday. And he saw it, and he said he could use them. All right, hey, well, Nick, if you want to come play with the Buccaneers, there's some offers out there already for you, man. Hey, again, the number to call, 412-552-3043. Listen, guys, I know we haven't talked about it, but I did want to get into some playoff talk with basketball. Now, we have some Kyrie Irving is in the news. You know, he did something he used to play for the Celtics. I don't know. Can you guys see that? We got some footage of Kyrie when he was at the stadium. Boston Celtics fans got mad at him. But listen, the Nets are loaded. They have Kyrie Irving. They have Kevin Durant. They have James Harden. And they play the Milwaukee Bucks. I think this can be, you know, this might be the series of the playoffs. I'm excited for this. Any thoughts on that? Jim, this is the sport where they bounce the orange ball, all right? We know you're a football fan. You know what I mean? Claudio, go first.
All right. You know what? I'm old enough to remember, and I was a big fan of the 76ers, of the Dr. J, Doug Collins, George McGinnis, Daryl Dawkins, that era. Lloyd World Be Free, right? Right. And they were Steve Mix and Caldwell Jones, and that was a hell of a team. We loved that team. But the problem was there was only one basketball. Okay. Right. When did they win? When Moses Malone came and Bobby Jones. You have to have those guys who play their role. Dennis Rodman, everybody breaks his chops, but Dennis Rodman played his tail off. He rebounded, he passed, he played defense, right? He allowed Jordan and Pippen to do their thing. Harden, Irving, and Kevin Durant, unbelievable players. For some reason, Luther, I just can't give them the championships. I just can't. And I'm not sold on Steve Nash. I'm not going to rip on him like I did Kerr, okay? But I'm just not sold on Nash. I am sold on the Clippers. The Bucks, I mean, I just can't come out and say that they're going to win either. But I'm really big on the Clippers. I think it'll be between the Bucks and the Nets. Whoever wins that series, I think, is going to go against the Clippers. But I don't think that the Nets are just a shoe-in.
No. Okay, Smokin Jim or Nick, whoever wants to weigh in on this.
Well, I said before the playoffs started that Brooklyn would win it all this year.
You
Okay.
didn't say that. You never said that.
I'm trying to. I don't remember that either. No, I don't know. You may have said it, but you know, I don't know, man. We got a picture of Anthony Davis in his uniform. I don't know if you guys remember Mr. Glass.
Yeah.
This man is
You know
always.
what? I've been following him since he was with California, Kentucky, and he's an unbelievable talent. But you know, you make your bones in the playoffs, in the postseason.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, I don't know. Nick, what are your thoughts? Have you been paying attention to the
A
NBA?
little bit. I mean, I had the Lakers going just because I like LeBron, and I mean, you know, they've been a good team and they won last year. So, but the Suns have proven difficult without Davis. I think they'll struggle, which then brings it to the East. I mean, you know, the Nets. I think the Nets are going to make it to the championship at the least. I just like them because they've got a bunch of heavy weapons, but no hotter takes than that for me.
Okay. Listen, I think as I look at this, one thing that I'm concerned about. Look at the Miami Heat and the Los Angeles Lakers. I think the NBA messed up. They rushed this season back, and look at Miami. They weren't healthy all year. They're already going in the first round.
Right.
And you look at the Lakers, Anthony Davis has missed at least one game, probably more. KCP has missed a game. LeBron James has not been healthy since the guy cheap shot at him and ran into his ankle. I think they sabotaged both the Miami Heat and the Lakers. They didn't give them the proper rest. And those guys were just set up to lose from the very beginning. I don't think that Frank Vogel's doing a good job. I think, man, listen, why is Harrell not playing? Gasol and Drummond are giving you very little. You need scoring, and Harrell is your third or fourth leading scorer. And you put him on the bench for this series. I think he's getting exposed. I think Phoenix with Chris Paul, Devin Booker, Monty Williams, they're exposing his limited coaching abilities. And and that's the issue. Of course, if Davis was playing, it's a different thing. But without him out there, the coach has to put guys out there that can score. He has lineups that cannot score out there. They were sitting at 50 in the third quarter, and you're not playing your best low post scorer. You're not playing your best three-point shooter. Listen, he has to do a better job. Put Harrell back in that lineup. I'm real disappointed in what the Lakers are doing, man. I'm upset. But I think this Milwaukee Brooklyn series can be amazing, man. And we can't stop. Dame Lillard is the most underrated superstar.
No doubt.
55 points. I mean, this man is incredible, guys.
You don't hear about him.
You don't hear about him because
he's big time, and he's consistent. He's not just a splash and then he disappears. He's a hell of a player, and he just reminds me of a guy who just works at his craft. He's not happy with what he does, and I think he just has to get more exposure. He's big time.
Right. Let's jump into these real quick. Lee, did the Lakers win? He's a hater, I guess. Lou, my knock is out here tonight, shaking my head. All right. Knicks, he met Knicks. All right, Knicks is about to get out of here probably tonight. Did Claudio replace Danny Ainge? Yeah, how about that? Danny Ainge steps down. Brad Stevens, who never won anything in college or the pros, just jumps up to the GM of basketball.
I was never a fan of. I mean, I know I'm in the minority, but I was never a fan of Brad Stevens. Everybody is crazy about him. I mean, he's not my cup of tea. But you know what? I'm going to throw a curve at you. I know it's not going to happen, but I'd like to see. I'm an old guy. I like to see the old guys. There's two guys who I would like to see coach that team. Celtics. And I think McHale or Bird would be nice.
Bird is never coaching again, but
no, I know.
McHale maybe. That's a possibility. Yeah. But I think Brad Stevens is going to go in another direction. He's a younger GM. I think he's going to go with a young coach. But let's see. All right, Lee, he said that Nick played for Gateway.
Nick did not play for Gateway. Nick went to Keystone Oaks.
Okay, Keystone Oaks. That's right, because Jim said Keystone. All right, God is back in here. Kobe Brad, Mike Bob, Mike Bibby, Tamika Catchings, all their fathers went to 76 to 77 Philadelphia team that lost. Maurice Lucas and Bill Walton in the finals. Yeah,
that's
good
right.
history. Yep.
Right.
Okay. Lee says Isaiah Thomas or
You know
Matt.
what? I was going to say Isaiah. I mean, I like Isaiah. Now, he's a very smart guy, but he probably won't get that job. But I swear to you, I was going to mention Isaiah for the Celtics job. I'm not kidding you. But, I mean, he won't get it. It's like this real quick. You remember what the hell was his name? Smokin Jim, the coach for Atlanta Falcons when Dion was there. He coached the Oilers.
Jerry Glanville.
Jerry Glanville. Yeah. Glanville one time he said
Jerry Glanville.
Right. If the Dallas Cowboy job opens up, they're not gonna call me. If the Steelers job opens up, they're not gonna call me. If the Dolphins job opens up, they're not gonna call me. If the Raiders, Falcons, if one of those teams open up, they'll call me. It's like a good fit. I think Isaiah is a very smart guy, and I think he'd be a good face of a team, but I don't think he would be the Celtics guy. I don't know who they're going to hire. Ainge, he said he had heart issues and, some other things like that. Who knows why he's packing it in. Stevens, like I said, me personally, I was never that crazy about him, but I mean, he's good, I guess. But I'm curious to see who they're going to get as a head coach. I hope that they don't get a puppet like Vogel. Maybe I shouldn't say that about him. I like a guy who is his own coach, a guy who, like Bill Parcells says, if you're going to let me cook the dinner, at least let me buy the groceries type guy. But
okay, all right, Jim, you want to weigh on this or Nick, Isaiah Thomas or Magic? All right, I don't think either had a great coaching, but I would have liked to see them get a chance. Would have got a GM opportunity though. Good.
Well, everybody knows Isaiah Thomas is a good friend of mine, and I love Isaiah, but
I'm still mad you didn't bring
Isaiah got them roving eyes. Isaiah got the Roman eyes for the women.
He's a friend. Hey, Luther, as soon as Jim says he's a friend, look out, boy.
Here comes a shot. Yep, here comes a shot.
Don't like me and Luther, Jim. Don't like me and Luther.
It'll be if Isaiah get the job, it'll be another sexual assault charge coming down the pipe.
Hey, Luther, when Tyson was in town, Luther, when Tyson was in town, did he call you and I? No. When Isaiah was in town, did he call us?
After he left the city. I said, you can call me? All right, let's see. Lee again was Nick Callus line. Lee, these guys are just all right. Claudio, the new Knicks head coach next year.
For who? The Knicks. All right.
Knicks, yeah.
Thibodeau doesn't do it for me either.
Hey, but Thibodeau turned him around, but he's going to have those guys injured all next year.
I know, exactly.
But hey, it was fun having the Knicks be a good team this year. Oh, it's that man. It's the man right here. Is this the man right there? Look at this.
Who?
Deontay Wilder.
Yeah, he's hitting the Michelin Man. He's hitting the Michelin Man. That's good.
Hey, he looks good to me. He's moving his head. Side to side.
But the bad thing is, though, he's going to wear that costume into the ring. He's going to be too tired again.
He's coming in like Tyson with black shorts.
That guy's not hitting back, though, Luth.
Fury has no power. Fury has no power when it's legal gloves.
He must have. He knocked him cold.
Yeah, when those gloves were loaded. Hey, let's see. All right. We got Lee. Jim and Spencer. All right. See, Jim then started this mess off. Spence driving. You guys are listen, Deontay Wilder, I'm telling you, don't put any money on Fury. You'll lose everything. Wilder is coming. It's gonna be hot and heavy. But hey, real quick, we only got a few minutes. Did you all hear what Oscar and La Hoya said about Canelo Alvarez? He's going in on him. All right, I'm not sure.
No.
But what do you think? Who should be his next fight? I know they're talking about Caleb Plant, but I'm not real excited about that. You would say who?
I would say Plant. I mean, who else is he going to fight? I mean, he goes to light heavy, super middle. I mean, he's bigger than Plant. That part of it isn't good. But who else is he going to fight?
Yeah. I'd like to see him fight Charlo.
Oh, okay. All right. I changed my mind about Charlo. I told you he impressed the hell out of me.
Hey, listen, I gotta show you. I don't know if Oscar was back on that stuff like he was on a Triller show a couple weeks ago, but he came, and I don't know if you see this here, but I'll make it bigger. He said, Oscar De La Hoya, this is from an official page. Please, this guy does everything wrong. Head up when he throws hooks, on his heels, flat-footed. What else? Oh, he avoids twin Charlo. And look at Canelo's response. Do me a favor and go.
But he didn't say that because he didn't speak English. But I tell you what,
he says that very well, Canelo.
He did do that well. You know what? Again, and we've talked about this all the time. Whenever he was, besides, who the hell did he fight that was good? I forgot his name. Daniel
Jacobs.
I like Daniel Jacobs, and he did good.
He's an average guy.
Yeah, I know. But who did he do good? I mean, against Mayweather, he looked terrible. I want to see what he does when somebody challenges him. Okay, I want to see somebody good. Okay, you can talk about Mayweather all you want.
Triple G, and I think he lost the first fight. I think he lost that first Triple G fight.
Right. I mean, De La Hoya's got a point. I mean, if something Mayweather made him look amateurish.
His brother got kidnapped before the Mayweather fight.
Oh yeah, I heard that. Oh goodness,
this guy
man.
Triple G beat that Russian at 175 that everybody was afraid of. He got 60 fights. Hey, if the Charlo twins want to fight him, let them get another 20 fights. They only got 20. He got 60 fights. Y'all don't like him because he's a redhead Mexican. If he was blonde or had black hair, y'all love him. Come on, let him do the break. He's one of the best all-time fighters of all time. He's in my top 5.
I give him more credit than I did at the beginning. Just like Fury. I didn't think Fury was much, and he proved me wrong. Canelo, I'm still not sold that he's as great as they make him out to be.
No, he's not. Listen, when all these people are calling you out, you have Oscar, you have Bud, the Charlos want to fight him. Benavidez wants to fight him. What does he say? I don't fight Mexican fighters anymore. That doesn't even, no champ says something like that.
No.
Come on.
No.
That's ridiculous. Listen, but I want to play something. I don't know if you all heard it, but
he didn't say that. He didn't say that.
Illegal homicide.
All right, hold on. Let me play this for you. Sorry, guys.
Jim.
Violence at this moment in time, and I can't
Hold
wait.
on. Listen to this, fellas. Let me play this real quick.
My mind is very violent. Just like Malik said, we built a whole facility to commit a legal homicide.
Woo.
Get him, Jim. Get him, Jim. I know what Jim's going to say.
My mind is very violent at this moment in time, and I can't wait. When you contemplating and premeditating about harming a man, and when you see that person,
Woo.
what you've been thinking and what you be feeling, it will come out. The only thing about it is, at that point in time, I have to wait till I get in the ring to really release, because I couldn't do it on the outside. It'll be defeating the purpose. And, the baby's got to eat. But when I do get them in that ring, this is what I love about it. I'm able to release everything I've been feeling, everything I've been thinking, and get paid for doing it. I love boxing. My mind is very violent.
Get him, Jim.
Listen, I wouldn't want to fight him. I feel bad for it.
The same stuff before.
Yeah, but if you see him working, all right, Jim, what you got to say about that? I can't wait. I want to be there. Any final?
I don't know who's more. Hey, Luther. I don't know who's more punch drunk, him or Evander Holyfield, man. Come on, Lou. We got problems, man.
Hey, Nick, real quick, we only got 2 minutes. Thanks for coming on. Any final thoughts, man? This was a fun show. I want to thank all the comments and all the callers as well. Nick, any final thoughts and where people can follow you social media wise?
Twitter's at @Callus_33, and my Facebook is just my name. So you can add me as a friend or follow me on Twitter. Those are my to social media. And I wouldn't want to fight that guy. He seemed very angry. I could tell in his eyes. He wants to beat down. So yikes. That's what I got to say to that. But this was fun. I appreciate you guys letting me on.
Man, we got to have you back.
We'll hook up. We'll get you to do some games for our CMU baseball team. It'll be fun.
For sure.
All right.
I want to
We'll
thank
bring Smokin Jim and Luther.
All right. Hey, thank everybody for tuning in. We'll check you out next time. Peace.